There's a place on this planet that looks peaceful from a distance. Green, isolated, untouched. A place that appears on maps, is visible from the air, and yet remains completely off limits to the modern world. No tourists, no researchers, no journalists, not even rescue missions. If you try to go there, you will be stopped. If you manage to get close, you will be warned. And if you ignore those warnings, the consequences are immediate and final. This is the story of an island that the world decided to leave alone. And the reasons why might be more unsettling than you ever expected. The island lies in the Bay of Bengal, far from busy shipping lanes, surrounded by deep blue water and a thick, tropical forest. On paper, it belongs to India, but in reality, it exists completely outside our rules. There's no development, no infrastructure, no communication, no contact. From above, it looks almost untouched by time. This is North Sentinel Island, and it's home to one of the last uncontacted tribes on Earth. For thousands of years, the Sentinelese people have lived on this island, completely isolated from modern civilization. They hunt, fish, build shelters, and survive using methods passed down through countless generations. They have no written language, no electricity, no modern tools, and they want absolutely nothing to do with the outside world. That much has been made painfully clear. The first recorded encounters with the island did not go well. When British colonial ships explored the Andaman Islands in the 19th century, they were met with immediate hostility the moment they approached the shoreline. Arrows were fired. Warnings were ignored. At one point, British officers actually captured several islanders and took them away. The adults became sick almost immediately and passed away. The children were returned, but the damage was done. From that moment on, the Sentinelese learned something crucial. Contact with outsiders brings danger, and so they began to defend themselves. Aggressively, consistently, without a single exception. In more modern times, governments tried a different approach. Instead of force, they attempted gestures of goodwill. Small teams would approach the island, leaving gifts like coconuts, tools, or food on the shoreline, and then backing away. Sometimes the gifts were accepted. Sometimes they were destroyed, and often arrows followed. The message was always the same: stay away. Over time, India came to a critical realization. This wasn't just ignorance or fear on the part of the Sentinelese. This was a deliberate choice. The Sentinelese were actively choosing isolation, and forcing contact upon them could wipe them out entirely. Unlike most of us, the Sentinelese have no immunity to common diseases. A simple cold or flu, something we recover from easily, could be fatal to them. Even the most well-intentioned contact could lead to a devastating epidemic. History has already shown this countless times across the world, where entire cultures vanished after forced contact. India did not want North Sentinel Island to become another tragic example. So, a decision was made. The island would be sealed. Today, it is illegal to travel within several kilometers of North Sentinel Island. The Indian Navy patrols the surrounding waters. Aircraft are prohibited from flying low overhead. No boats are allowed to approach the shore. Not for tourism. Not for research. Not even for rescue. The island is effectively frozen in time, but that hasn't stopped people from trying. And every attempt has ended badly. In 2006, Two fishermen accidentally drifted too close to the island after their boat's engine failed. They were later found lifeless on the shoreline. Recovery teams were unable to retrieve the bodies because approaching the island would put their own lives at risk. The helicopters had to pull back. The island had claimed its boundary. Then, in 2018, another incident shocked the world. A man illegally traveled to North Sentinel Island, attempting to make contact despite repeated warnings. He believed he could communicate, that his intentions were peaceful. Was wrong. Witnesses later reported seeing his body being dragged along the beach. Authorities made it clear that no recovery mission would be attempted. The risk was too great. The rules were absolute. At that moment, many people asked the same question. Why protect the islanders instead of the people trying to reach them? The answer is uncomfortable, because sometimes protection means restraint. The Sentinelese are not prisoners. They aren't victims, and they're not unaware of the outside world. They see the ships on the horizon. They see the aircraft in the sky. They know others exist, and they choose distance. This choice challenges something deeply ingrained in our modern thinking, the belief that contact is progress, that connection is always good, and that isolation is something to be fixed. North Sentinel Island proves otherwise. Anthropologists estimate that the Sentinelese have lived on the island for over 60,000 years. That means they survived ice ages, rising sea levels, massive storms, and earthquakes. Without any outside help, when a massive tsunami struck the region in 2004, many feared the islanders had been wiped out. A helicopter flew overhead days later to check. A Sentinelese man emerged from the forest and fired arrows at it. They had survived on the That single moment changed how the world viewed the island. It wasn't fragile, it was resilient. But resilience doesn't mean invulnerability. Contact today could still destroy everything they have. Diseases, cultural collapse, dependence, the very things modern society struggles with. So the island remains closed. Not because it is dangerous, but because it is protected. This makes North Sentinel Island one of the most controversial places on Earth. Some argue that isolation denies the people medical care or technological benefits. Others argue that forcing contact would erase a culture that has survived longer than most civilizations we read about in history books. There is no easy answer. There is only a boundary, and that boundary is enforced with silence. Satellite images show their huts shifting locations, forest paths changing, smoke rising from fires. Life is continuing exactly as it has for millennia. No internet, no currency, no politics, no clocks. Just survival, community, and the rhythm of nature. In a world obsessed with speed, connection, and expansion, North Sentinel Island stands as a stark contradiction, a place that refused progress and survived because of it. Perhaps that is what makes it so unsettling. Not that it is forbidden, but that it simply exists. Untouched, unchanged, and completely uninterested in us. Most mysteries on Earth beg to be solved. This one asks to be respected. And so the island remains visible on our maps, but invisible to our world. A powerful reminder that not everything unknown needs to be uncovered. Some things are best protected by staying exactly as they are.